Oscar here from the BMG Store in Nelson. We're here with Peter and Arturo from Swap One, having a look at our new EK1 Horwin electric moped. So we've got this here. I think you're going to take it away, Peter, and you might have a little go on it as well, Arturo, over the next few days. So I just wanted to run through some of the features and some of the important facts to know about using an electric moped. And how it can improve your daily commute, and you can swap one of your commutes in from petrol or diesel and utilise this.
Awesome.
Cool. So this here is our EK1 model, which is 2.2 kilowatt. So that can be driven on a learner's car licence or above. So basically, if you have a licence, then you can ride this.
Good to go.
It's fully electric. It's got a key start here, and it's got some really nice bright LED daytime running lights, which if you're on a two-wheeled vehicle, safety is important, so that's a big feature. We've got a few other interesting features with it, the cruise control here, so when you get up to 50 kilometres an hour you can use that. But also we've got, because it's electric, one of the advantages is it's very easy to have a reverse gear. So unlike any other moped on the market, this here actually in a steep driveway, if you need a little bit of assistance to push it backwards, yeah, you can use the reverse gear. So it's got, basically you just hold this button down here, and then you wind the throttle backwards, and you can use it to manoeuvre.
Surprising.
Which for someone with little legs like me in a steep driveway, because they're a full-size scooter, obviously suitable for all sizes, that's actually quite a usable feature. So we've got 80 kilometres range. So for most people's commutes, I wouldn't imagine they'd be doing around in this area on a vehicle that's limited to 50 kilometres an hour, more than 40 k's a day. So that's pretty much suitable for at least every day, but most people would get 4 to 5 days commuting out of the vehicle before they'd need to charge it. When it comes to charging, we can turn the key backwards and we get into here underneath the seat, and what that gives us is the battery storage. And also the storage if you had an open face helmet. Most of them will fit in here depending on head size, and you know, you can have rain jackets or whatever you need in there. But one of the big advantages of it being electric is we've actually built it in a way that we've got a removable battery. So if you live in a property where you can't necessarily get the scooter close enough to charge it, or you don't want to run an extension cord out in the rain, that kind of thing, you've got the ability where you can park it in out on the street, take the battery out and take that inside, and then you just charge that in your house. Or obviously also you can charge it down here on the bike. So there's just a normal hatch there to charge it on the bike. So for the battery, if you do want to charge it at home separately from the bike, you just plug the cable into it and you click this power level button, and that'll initiate the charging. So that's pretty cool. The other thing is as well, obviously, when that's removed, it's not going to go anywhere. So it's better than any alarm system. It's the most secure immobiliser possible. Is if someone wanted to steal it, they've got no power whatsoever. It's a pretty incredible setup actually. So this one here, being the 50 kilometre an hour variant, has a hub motor, which at 50 kilometres an hour is dead silent. It's comparative to a petrol engine. One of the most irritating noises from a petrol engine is a 50cc moped. You know, they just make quite a tinny sort of a constant noise. And so when you ride something like this, it actually makes your commute really, really nice and smooth and quiet. And it's just basically dead silent. It's like riding an e-bike, so, without all the pedalling.
Plus, without a chain, you haven't got that maintenance issue of...
Exactly,
you know,
So essentially the main moving part is just this hub, which is mounted in the rear tyre. There's nothing that connects that other than wiring to the rest of it, so there's no chain. And obviously, basically, all you've got maintenance-wise is front shocks, rear shocks, and brakes.
Brake pads.
Which you won't wear down too much because they're not too heavy. You've got the capability of taking a passenger here. You've got a rear set of pegs. Obviously that will limit your range, as with all electric vehicles when you add the weight, but it will be still, as I say, 80 kilometre range on a vehicle like this is more than enough.
So price-wise, if someone's going to buy this, what are they looking at buying?
Absolutely, here. So this model here, brand new, is $4,995 plus on-road costs. The on-road costs are under $500. So for about $5,500, you can have a brand new electric vehicle on the road, which is, I would say, by far the cheapest electric road registered vehicle that you can buy. Comparably, for a full-size scooter, petrol options would be very similar in pricing, but obviously you've got extra maintenance costs. You have the fuel costs, so it can be, obviously this electric one can bridge that gap quite quickly. You can have cheaper petrols at the lower end of quality, but that's not really what this is competing with. This is
smaller ones.
Yeah, exactly. So the sizing is generally quite a lot smaller, and they're not usually suitable for a full-size person. So,
full-size person like this.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's as far as an electric vehicle goes, it is certainly the cheapest way to get into an electric vehicle, and for a family to say, well, look, we want to swap one of our commutes. How can we be affording that? Maybe it might not work for everyone to go out and buy an electric car straight away, but they could. A lot of people could afford to have this as an additional vehicle. You don't have a warrant of fitness cost. It's only registration to keep it on the road. So as long as you bring it back to us just to check it over as per the servicing, make sure it's safe and make sure the brakes are good and things like that, then the costs are very small. It works out to about 1 cent per kilometre, and it is an affordable way, through MTF Finance Nelson, it's an affordable way for people to get into an electric vehicle that they can use to substitute some of their driving. So rather than using a car to go down to the supermarket, you can get on this, and that's where, as Swap One advocates, that's where the difference can be made.
And as far as ease of use, can you sort of run through the controls?
Absolutely.
I see there's no foot brake like a motorbike. It's
it's more similar to a conventional moped. So I've just plugged the battery in. That's what I was doing there because I had it unplugged to remove it before. But basically, the ease of use is you turn the key on, and then you can jump up on the scooter like this. Obviously, you probably want to have the brake on just for a safety side of things. You put the stand up because it won't operate with the stand down. Then you've got this little button here. So in the center of the screen, what you've got is a P, which means park. So right now, if I turn the throttle,
not doing anything.
It's not doing anything, which is a safety feature that you're not going to roll it off the stand and bump it, because obviously compared to an internal combustion engine, it's not making a noise. You don't know that it's going. So for you to now go, right, I'm on it, I'm ready to go, I've got all my safety gear on, I want to move, you just hit this button here, which takes it into one. So you've got 3 different drive modes. You've got 1, 2, and 3. 3 is the highest power. I'd recommend certainly on a day like today with the rain probably starting in 1 or 2, depending on how much riding you've done.
So just to be clear, these aren't gears.
No.
These are like boost modes.
Just power modes,
Power modes, sorry.
So you can still get full throttle in all of them, but it's when in the rev range or how early on you can have full power. So basically 1 is very docile. You'll still get up to top speed, but
just be slow
to move forwards, like in here, which is why it was set on 1, to move it forwards, it can be very smooth and comforting.
Gentle.
Whereas 3, if you had a gap that you needed to get out and in traffic or that kind of thing, you wanted to get up and get moving,
quick acceleration.
That's going to be the fastest acceleration. It's not going to pull you off the back of the scooter, but it's certainly a very nice linear acceleration from being electric, obviously. So then you just put the stand back down. You've got either the side stand or it's also got full centre stand as well, which is quite nice. So
stable.
Basically that's it.
You did talk about the brakes. So
yes.
You've got a brake on each side. There's no clutch because it's just like automatic.
Exactly, yeah. So these brakes as well are just like a push bike, so front and rear up on the handlebars. This system is actually, because these are designed for people like Arturo who haven't maybe done a lot of driving on the road and that kind of thing, they're a beginner product. They're suitable for everyone, but they're designed to be safe and easy to pick up. So they've got a linked braking system. So it's proportioned from the factory. I think it's probably about 60 or 70% on the front and 30 to 40% on the rear. And it's linked. So if you pull the front or the rear, they're both going to go. You know, if you pull them on a normal push bike and you pull the front brake as hard as you can, you'll lock the front wheel up.
Yeah,
So
gravel or something could be a bit exciting.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just trying to make it as accessible for people so they can get out and they can get on the scooter and ride safely.
Other than that, you've got lights and indicators?
Yep.
Is it right?
So we've got obviously indicators which make quite an audible tone. Yeah. Which is actually on a moped or a motorbike quite good, because you see motorbikes all the time riding down the road with their indicators on, because all they have is a light in the dash and they don't see it. So. And
over here, what's this?
This here is the headlight itself. So you can actually turn the headlight on and off. Okay. Because the daytime running lights on it are so bright, you can ride around during the day with just the daytime running lights on. Yeah. But we would always recommend having the headlight as much visibility as possible, which is why the bright orange colour is quite good too. It's good to be seen. Yep. So you've also got high and low beam over here. So it's got 3 individual LEDs in the front, which it's currently now on low beam, and then you can change it, and that goes to all 3 LEDs running, and that's the full high beam. So quite good visibility at night time, and it's certainly in the light department. It's very well equipped. In the rear, the full wraparound LED tail lights there, and then each side of it is the indicators. So you're out on the road with cars, which on a bike you are to some extent, but obviously you don't have the use of the cycleways and that sort of thing. So we always recommend to people to wear as much safety gear as they're comfortable with, and ensure they're doing everything that they can to stay visible and be safe out on the roads, because we want it to be a positive experience. You know, it should be something that you use on a Friday, and the rest of the week you drive your car, and then on the Friday you go, I get to ride this to work today, and it's something a bit different, and you can ride around the port, and it can be. It's a pretty special experience being out there on a motorbike. Really, it's cool. So. And we can also do, on the rear here, we can get an optional luggage bag that sits on the back. So if you do need it, we can, it's an optional extra. We can do that, and we can also do a full-size windshield. So if you were riding in the rain a lot and you wanted to use it every day because you just loved it so much, we can get a full-size windshield, which basically, between having your legs behind this cover and the step-through, and the windshield, you pretty much stay dry in the rain. Yeah. Over and above a motorbike or a push bike, where your legs are on the outside and all the water flicks up and soaks you, on a moped or a step through like this, you have really good coverage of the lower half of your body. So you'll find quite often that if you do ride it in the rain, that your bottom half of your body will stay dry, which is a good advantage for a commuter. So throughout the week, Peter and Atura, if you need or you have any questions, we've got quite a bit of information on our Bowwaters website here. So if you do have any basic questions, you can just go to bowwaters.co.nz and have a look at the Horwin page, and there's quite a bit of the information about how the cruise control works, and the reverse gear and all of the features of the bike, bit of a video on it. But also, if anyone was looking to purchase one online, they can come through from here straight to our BMG Store online store, and purchase the bike from there from what we have in stock. Great. So come here, and if there's any other questions over and above what's on here, just feel free to give me a call or come in and see me, and we can,
Awesome. Might just try it in second. It's surprisingly fast in first, you know, it'll keep going.
Yeah.
Just a more gradual build-up, I suppose.
It is.
Yeah.
So now it's in park, as I said before. So if you just press this button once, now it's in mode 3. You probably want 1. So as I say, either brake. If you're in an emergency situation, feel free to grab both. That's not a problem at all. Basically, the riding of it will be just like a push bike, essentially. The throttle is quite touchy, so you just want to slowly wind it on. You don't want to quickly, aggressively start it. And if you just gently twist the throttle, it will slowly start to move forwards. There you go.
Nerve-wracking when they get their driving license.
Yeah, I know.
I'm just never ready for that.
Yeah. Easy peasy.
It's nice and quiet though.
Yeah.
It's
no,
just,
really.
even at 50 kilometres an hour, it's just dead silent like that. He's picked it up.